everybody, welcome to our second episode of the train event video series. My name is Emily, I'm from the Wellington County Museum and Archives, and today we're going to be hitting the open road to head to Elora and Alma and talk about some of the fascinating train history in those two communities within Wellington County. So come along with us and let's get started. So in the first episode of our series, we talked about how excited the people of Fergus were when the railway arrived in 1870. The original plan was that the Wellington Grey Bruce railway line was going to be built from Elora all the way out to Southampton. Now Fergus, not wanting to miss out on this action, convinced the railway that they should have a station as well, and in 1870 the railway station in Fergus was opened. And the people of Fergus, they were so excited they had a whole party to celebrate the arrival of the railway. Now Elora, on the other hand, they were not so happy. Now initially, Elora was going to be one of the first villages in Wellington County to have a railway station. Council had accepted $10,000 for the railway company to build the train line, and everything was going according to plan. Unfortunately though, soon after, some Elora businesses started to catch on that when the railway was finally built, they were going to have a lot more competition for consumers because the railway was going to go all the way up to Hairston and eventually to Southampton, and they would start losing out on some of their business. Because of this, anti-railway sentiment started springing up around the village. Elora businesses and some farmers started to protest against the railway company, and they started to try to sabotage or halt construction for quite some time. Some people would build fences across the railway. Other farmers would keep their cows walking back and forth across the construction site to try to halt construction of the railway in Elora. And it almost cost the village the railway station. So the rebellion in Elora accomplished basically nothing. All it did was arise animosity from communities in the north, and it almost cost the village its station. In retaliation, the railway company decided that instead of building a station in Elora, they would move it up the road to Alma and build a station there. Unlike Elora, the village of Alma was thrilled to have a train station here because it meant that farmers that were living in this area could now sell their products at markets all across our country and increase their profits. It also meant that there was more people who were moving into this area, and more people started to buy houses, they started to buy property, they started to settle down in the community, and the village of Alma saw a population growth because of the train station. If you take a look, on the other hand, at the hamlet of Salem just down the road, Salem was unfortunately not included in the railway plans to have a station there. And so you can see that at that time, Salem didn't have that big population growth that Alma saw because of the train station being here. The railway companies definitely had a big impact on the growth of communities all across Canada, Alma being one of those communities. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the Train Event video series. Make sure to keep an eye out for more upcoming videos on the County of Wellington's YouTube channel, and come by the Wellington County Museum and Archives to check out our exhibit, All Aboard, a look into the 150 plus years of railway history in Wellington County.